There is a very famous classical pianist named Arthur Schnabel, who was a phenomenal interpreter of Beethoven, Schubert, Mozart. Mainly, he played some other stuff, but he was really specialized in those three composers. And Arthur Schnabel, once interviewed by students, said, grown-up serious musicians never improvise. You know, that's not true. They're just strummer. That's the word he was using. I am here to prove that it's wrong, and I'm here to also show you that there is no such thing as improvisation, actually. There is something that I would call instant composition that I think describes it much better. And actually, Arthur Schnabel is right. I said he was wrong. I'm wrong now. He was right in two ways. He was right to say that improvisation, people don't do it, and he was right, because it would be crazy to do it. It would be crazy to just take your instrument and say, I'm going to improvise and come up with a piece of music. It sounds impossible, and actually, in a way, it is. So, and the second thing is that he was right to say that serious people, grown-up musicians don't improvise, because actually, like I said, musicians like that actually do compose music, and improvisation is a very, I would say, approximate word to describe that process of instant composition. So I'm here to show you that this thing, instant composition, or maybe we could even call it improvised songwriting, is something that can be practiced, as strange as it seems, because it seems like a very mysterious process. What I just played for you, I've never played on this piano before, and so I was discovering the instrument, and I was discovering the sound of the place, and I was kind of like fresh and pure of any like expectation or influence. But when I sat at this piano, I knew I wanted to say something. I wanted to create a piece of music. I didn't want to show off my digital ability or, you know, do a jazz demonstration. I just wanted to create a piece of music. And I wanted to create a piece of music that would be simple enough for anybody to be able to hum it, for a child, a 5-year-old child to remember it, or for, you know, anybody in the street to just hear it and say, okay, I understand what it is. Because that's something you should be able to do, and I believe that's the basis of any serious and valid improvisation ability, or instant composition ability, should I say. So when I play something like this on the piano, and we'll see very soon that this is not only for piano, this is for any instrumentalist, but I'm going to just talk about the piano for a minute because it is my instrument, and I'm sitting at a piano, obviously. But very soon we're going to discover that we can practice that on any instrument, and it's actually not dependent on the instrument. There are, I would say, just as a start, 3 important things. The melody, you know, when I play this. You know, even I remember it, and I don't have a good memory. So it's very simple, it's very easy to remember. And the second part that does. Anybody, a non-musician, can sing that. Ba, ba, da, ba, 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 da, ba, da, ba, ba, ba. And the second part, which I'm going to whistle. It sounds simple, but by experience, many of my students cannot come up with simple melodies like that, so we'll talk about that. So the first thing is melody, okay? The second thing is the time. If I play something like that, the melody is kind of there, but the time is so unclear that nobody gets it. It's like, where is he? Where is he going? What does he mean? And it's very, very confusing. When I play it like this, you know where the 1 is. You know, you can hear 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Very naturally, you don't need to think about it. You don't need to make an effort to understand that. And that's something good music should shouldn't be an effort to hear, you know, it should be like natural, and that you can hear the timing naturally here, which is very important. And the third thing is the orchestration, which means the way I use the instrument to make colors, to almost like create an orchestral piece of music. This could be transcribed for string quartet or for, I don't know, maybe for a symphonic orchestra very easily. You know, somebody would just look at this video and do a string quartet version. It would take really a short amount of time to transcribe this thing. And that's also because I'm using very few notes. You see, I'm not doing like a... You know, the big piano demonstration with 10 fingers per chord. I'm not doing that. I'm not interested in doing that because I'm interested in creating a piece of music, not a piano piece. That's a very important point. So when I play it, I use pretty much 3 or 4 fingers at a time. And every finger is an instrument. It's a voice, it's a sound, it's something I hear. Ba, 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 do, de, da. You see, I can hear everything I play. Left, right hand, doesn't matter. And as a result, I am a composer, I am a songwriter, I am an arranger, I am an interpreter, all in the same time. And that is what composers were at the, you know, people like Chopin, Mozart, Bach, Liszt, that's what they were. Improvisers, interpreters, composers, arrangers, it was all together. It's not anymore, and that's the trouble with music sometimes. So when I'm playing this, I'm using 3 or 4 fingers, and every finger is an instrument. I don't see it as a piano note. I hear it as a voice, as an instrument, as a sound. And I keep it very simple, but in the same time, if you listen to it, you don't feel like anything's missing. For example, I could play it in a way that you feel something's missing. For example, if I play it like this. Even though I think it's almost okay, I could do worse than that. Probably, I don't know. That's what I call wrong simplicity, which means it's simple, but I don't hear what I'm doing. I'm just putting my finger wherever I can put them, and as a result, the tune sounds lame, I would say, not interesting. Something's missing, something's not right with it. It's like, yeah, he has a good idea, but he should do something better with it. And when you improvise, you have no time to do something better. Either it's good right away, either it's not. And in the original version, there was nothing really missing. It was a piece of music where every note was necessary. There was not more than necessary. I could hear everything I was doing. The timing was clear, and the melody was memorable, simple, and anybody could hum it or whistle it. So we're going to actually describe practicing methods here that can lead anybody, regardless of the instrument, to acquire such ability.